Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So, a lot of you have asked for me to paint on the canvas itself, on the background. And as you know, I usually draw in a different book, and then we'll transfer over a lot of my doll figures. I don't know what they're called, faces. I don't know, onto my paper. And a lot of the reason I do that is sometimes I can sit out in the living room with just my mixed media book, my sketchbook, and my mechanical pencil, which you guys know I am a freak on a leash for the .9 mechanical pencil gig. I love it. I am a mechanical pencil freak as it is. I love them. I use them. And so I will draw, and then if I see something I dig, I'll take it out and put it on a painting, or I'll sit and draw here for y'all and then show you how I do it. A lot of people find it more peaceful to do it that way because they don't feel overwhelmed. A lot of people get overwhelmed by a blank piece of paper. They get overwhelmed by little things, and I totally understand that because depending on the day, that can happen to me as well. So before I keep gabbing and gabbing, let me get on to our face. All right, so now I'm just trying to find something. I have so many things, so many videos I have. I want to do that people have asked me for, and I love to paint, and I find myself doing all those requests first. I know, I'm not. All right, I'm gonna try something here. No, not that. I'm sorry if you can see anything inappropriate, and hey, maybe one day I'll get it right, and I will have all my. I just thought of this as I was looking over here. All right, it's not that. It's not that. I don't want crackle. All right, you know what? Forget it. Forget it. I'll just do it my own way. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to use anything extra. I was going to use floating medium, but I changed my mind. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to go straight up. Sorry of me. This was done hours ago. What the heck? Babbling and thinking out loud. That's just what I do. So here's what I'm going to do. When you have something, when you have a background, whether you're using scrapbook paper, whether you're using a background that you made yourself, or whatever, and you want to paint on it, first look at your page. No matter what you're going to do, if you're going to glue something down or draw on it, paint on it, do you have to do faces? No, you can do a bird. You can do, a lot of you in my group are doing beautiful birds and sceneries and watercolor and oh my goodness, I'm gonna sit down and do a bird. Angie did a bird, I think it was last week, and I'm like, I want to do a bird too. And then I saw Gina had her one of her stamps as a bird, and I'm like, I just want the bird. So I'm gonna try to do a bird, but not on this. A lot of you requested for it just to be a figure, a face, or whatever. So that's where we're gonna go. All right. So now, a lot of you are new to mixed media, and honestly, it's not a hard thing to learn because there's really no rules. Mixed media means mixing so many different mediums together. This is Bristol paper, this is acrylic paint, you can use alcohol ink, you can use watercolor, you can use gelatos, you can use pan pastels, you can use whatever you want. So you're kind of mixing. We're going to glue paper on. That will be another media. Do you know what I'm saying? Pencil, pen. The sky's the limit. And so let's just start before I start going on a real weird tangent on things. So I'm just going to take a little bit of now I suggest this to you guys. Do you have to do this? No. I suggest you buy yourself a nice flesh color. I use light flesh, stainless flesh. There's different flesh colors I use. Some are lighter, some are darker. Now I suggest you get yourself one good flesh color, and I'm actually going to be doing, I have a giveaway coming up. And that's for me hitting 10,000 subs. Thrilled to death. I just have to pick up another thing that I'm like, I need to pick up to put into the giveaway, and then I'm going to do the giveaway. However, once that giveaway is done, so many of you I know are in the same situation as I am as far as disabilities, as far as can't work, and whether you're a stay-at-home mom, you don't have to have disabilities, but I know money gets tight and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be doing a starter kind of kit giveaways. I'm going to be doing a few of those. So instead of doing a big giveaway like my 10,000 subs is, then more people can win and more people can get things to get on their journey for mixed media. It might be paint, it might be papers, it might be, you know what I mean? So there'll be smaller giveaways, but it'll mean a lot because you'll be able to start. Because a lot of you, you know, I've done the video on using your markers, Crayola markers. Come on. They work fabulous. So with the, what was that accent? I don't know where that came from. I think Shannon Green got in me for a minute. I'm kidding. Crayola watercolor, you can use any of those. I have all those. I have used them in videos. And I might do a small new series on using Crayola watercolor, like inexpensive things that you can get from the dollar store, the you know, at the craft store or whatever, to get more bang for your buck and still show you how you can create. So I'm thinking about doing that. So I'm just going to use my light flash and I'm going to be quiet for a moment because Lord knows like keeping me quiet's hard. Okay. So I'm going to wet my brush a little bit because that's what I like to do. And I'm just going to take it into my paint and put paint on both sides. And I just kind of like bloop, 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 turn it, turn it. All right. So now I'm going to decide where I'm going to put her. So I really dig this, I know you're kind of far away, but I kind of dig the, what is that called? Crackle that we did with the Elmer's glue. I'm sorry. I just lost train of thought looking out here. I'm like, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to do my figure over here. So I'm going to try to move in. Not try, I'm going to move in, but so you're going to miss some of the canvas, some of the paper, but don't worry because we're not going to be doing anything down here. It's all going to be here. All right, so let's get physical. Okay, I don't know why that came into my mind. Weird, I'm weird. So let's do this. And we're not going to be picky, and we're not going to be like, oh, I can't draw a face, and we're not going to worry about the size of the face. We're just going to rock and roll with this bad boy, okay? Because look, I'm in a lot of pain today, and it ain't going to look great. So I'm going to start her over here, and I'm just going to do a circle. And I'm not worrying how big the circle is right this second. I'm just going to paint it in, because then you can build from there. And you can see that it's very transparent. You can see the colors underneath still a little bit. All right? And that's going to be our face. And we're going to go back in and we're going to say, you know what? Remember, hair can, believe me, I have hair that can cover a multitude of sins, as they say. I don't know. And we're just going to make it as round or as big as we want it. Now, if you want it round, if you want her to be a little folk art girl, or do you want her to be a little oval so she can be different. So I just go like this to add my little chinny chin. You see, and it's like an egg. An upside down egg. Okay? That's it. And you have a face. And it's going to be a little, you know, a different face. So I'm going to go back into my paint. And I'm going to do her neck. And you're just doing little things. We're going to cover it in. I hope you can see it decently without the glare. And I'm just going to go over this one more time. Clean off my brush, whatever paint's on there. Go down. Do her neck. And we'll fix all that later if there's a little cha-cha going on. And there we go. So that's going to be her head, face. And I'm going to erase off this. And the reason I wipe off, and I mean, for one thing, I'm working on my thing. And you can work on Gizo Pete's. You can work on brown paper bag. If you all go to the grocery store, get yourself a brown paper bag from there, or 2 of them, and tape them on your work area. And then that's where all this paint dries, all those beautiful colors drying, and you can use that for a background too. That's just a little recycling from me. Okay, so now we have her little face, and I'm going to take my heat gun just for a second, just to give it a quick dry so I can move on. You don't have to. Yours will dry. Acrylic paint dries very fast. I don't need it to be bone dry. Just kind of rocking and rolling. All right. So now we have her, and we want to draw on a face. Now you can use a small paintbrush. If you're nervous, take a light pencil, or you know, whatever you have, and sketch out the face that you want to use. Do you have to do that? No, I'm not going to. I'm going to use my little brush. if you have a Q-tip, if you have anything, you can, I mean, you can use your regular brush that you did, but I'm going to use this. Now, I'm looking and I'm thinking, am I going to go in with normal colors? What am I going to do? I'm going to grab my terracotta because it's sitting here and I'm too lazy to go behind me at my paint. And I'm going to just start. Now, let me show you. I should probably do this a little bit so you guys, for those of you who want it. Let's do something, let's do a simplistic face. Okay, so you know the face starts halfway down, right? That's where you want to put the eyes. So I'm going to lightly draw, and I will show this. I'm going to draw as straight as I can. We all know that I'm not straight. And then I'm going to go down. So here's our chin. Right? And we're going to make that a little more oval, you know, when we get down to that part. But I'm not going to worry about that too much. So between this line right here and where your chin is, you kind of want to split it in half, right? So you'll just go across with your line like that. And then you want to go half from this line to your chin. And then you want to kind of go like that, okay? And there are your facial lines where we're going to start. Now, let me tell you, I didn't learn this off of anybody. You all can go to your library. And I'm telling you this because a lot of people ask me, like, my technique. And my technique is not my technique. It's a technique I got from my drawing books because we used to have, they closed down, of course, but we used to have a used bookstore. No, not used. It was a bookstore that sold fresh books, sold new books that were damaged, and else you can get them for like $3-4. And I have, when I tell you, probably 100 or more books just from that store. And one of the things I bought was a lot of drawing books. And what I'll do is I'll have to get them out and I'll show you the drawing books I have. There are so many different ways to do a face, but this is where you start so you get the proportions right. And if you want to do something different, or you want to have your own gig with the faces, sometimes we do the eyes further apart, closer to whatever you want. If you just stick with this, you're going to have them in the right area. And then you can play with the facial features how you want. Okay. Okay. So quit talking. Okay. So we're going to do a very easy eye today. And you want basically the same length between your eyes as your eyes are. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Get it? Eyeball it. I'm doing the eyes. Don't pee yourself for laughing. Okay. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to do this. All right. I'm just doing over the line. Okay. I wish I could get a little close. I really got to see if I can get closer because it's bothering my... okay, let me see. Okay, let's see if I didn't want it to be blurry. Okay, so you see right here, we got that. So I'm going to go over here where I have the line here. And this is just a guesstimate, not a big deal. We can play. And then I'm just going to do the same thing over here and try to keep it the same size. I mean, none of our eyes are equal in size, but you want to kind of basically do it. Now, if I were doing, now I can look on my computer, on my screen, and I can see like this could, why is my eraser not helping? I can make this the bump a little bit higher. Now you want to use a light, I push hard because of my hands, but you want to use a light touch because you're going to erase it. And it doesn't matter if you have some of the graphite, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so there's that. Now you can go two ways here. We can take from this corner to this corner and do an almond shape, right? Like that. Or we can bring this down a little bit past the line, which I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to take it right there, straight across. And I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to bring it down past the line just a little bit. You can kind of see, you don't have to be perfect because we're just playing. And we're going to do that, okay? And that's pretty much where we're at. So we're going to erase this middle line. And I erase the line inside because... that's just what I do. And now I can see right off the bat, looking at these two eyes, this one goes out a little further than I really want to. So really quickly, I'm just going to take that off. I'm going to bring this in a little bit more. And then erase that. And then we're pretty spot on. I mean, we're not perfect, but we're there. A lot of you asked me to do videos on three-quarter face, and we'll do that down the road. At some point, I'll do that once I get caught up in everything else. Okay, so we have our eye. So now I'm going to add in And this is how I did my goddess eyes, my orange goddess girl. I'm just going to add an eyeball in and over here. I'm going to have it touch the bottom and do the best that you can. I'm not going to use my template, my circle template today because it's not fair for those of you who don't have it. I hate doing that. And then I'm going to take from corner here and just go up, right? And then do over here. And they don't have to be spot on. And then we're going to erase a little bit of that in there and erase lightly so you can still see and go in and but you see how that cuts your eye down some, makes it, you know, doesn't make it look surprised as it was. And we have our eyes. And then our nose is going to go here. So I like to do the nose like, and this is for you to play with. I mean, you don't have to do it like this, but, and then I bring it up. This looks like a baby doll nose. It's a little wide. Look at that. It's a little, looks like my nose. All right. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. But you see how easy? I mean, you erase it if you don't like it. Don't erase it 20 times. Just kind of go with it. Now, something else that they show you, and I didn't do it, but I will now. Have a piece of something straight that you can kind of put in half of the face. And if you want the, like, to be in the middle of the eyes, you just take your, you know, you put the circle in half, you see? And then you can kind of judge where the nose is going to go, because I was off on my nose. So then I'm going to put my little boopy here. And it's like a M. See? Can you see that? Okay. And then you can go in and give your nostrils. And this is like, you know, you can color this in a little bit here as the nostrils if you want. That's what I'm going to do right now. And you know what? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I put like the little ball kind of thing to give it structure. I won't do it like that on this one, but you can. It's yours. Do whatever you want. All right. And I can go back and alter that later. I'm just getting the idea of what I want. I could change that nose 12 times. It doesn't matter. Now I'm going to go down to the lips. So the lips, I've taught you guys, here's the line. So you want to do a circle here, circle here. So they're touching, right? Try to get them as close as you can. Don't worry if it's not spot on. Mine are never spot on. It's about having fun. And then you want to go down here and make an oval. That looks attractive, doesn't it? Mwah! All right, that's what I do to my dogs. My dog's probably like, well, Mommy's giving kisses. Who's she giving kisses to? All right. So now this is going to be our little top of our lip right here. Can you see? Right here. All right, if it clears up, right here is our lip dip. Our little lippy lip. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to go up and I'm going to go to this line. Okay? And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to bring it down and connect it there. And I'll do it one more time. See? Going to flow it over. Take it to that line. I take it out. Right? And then I connect it down there. So that's our lip. Now can you see the lip coming together a little bit? Of course we'll edit. It's not a big deal. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase my lines. All those lines in there. Because now is when you get to make it more how you want it. Do you want them thinner, smaller, bigger? Up to you. Now I like the lip dip a little bit more so I'm just going to go a little bit more. And that's when you get to play. You get to play. And here I'm going to cut that bottom lip off a little bit from the side. Okay. And then you just go in and erase. And we'll, you know, we're going to play with it more once we get. Then I take the lip in here and do like a little. Them lips. So you see how that, well, I don't think you need to shine. Let's see. See how that came in? And you can see my drawing and my lips and the everything and the erasing and the eraser boogers on her face. But we have our face done, and it's that simplistic. It's that easy. And that's why don't think about it too much. Just do it. Okay. So now what I like to do, and you definitely don't have to do this, I like to go in because I have all the basic of what I want. So I'm going to very lightly, first I'm going to erase these lines where I can reach them. And then I'm going to go in and erase my nose and my mouth and my eyes because that's just, I don't want those coming off. But you know what? It doesn't matter. If you want the graphite in there, those will give, when I do my gothic, like grungy kind of things, when I really get dark art, do dark art, I leave the graphite because when I put it on and it smears and it just gives this wonderful look. I love it. So I'm going to lightly erase. Okay. Very easy. Don't beat yourself up. Just do it. Just do it and do it. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of my terracotta color. You can use watercolor paint, watercolor pencils, colored pencils, whatever you have. I'm just going to go in. My brush is dry. I just have a little bit of paint. And I'm going to go in and go over. See how I'm doing? And then you'll be able to see these better anyway. And I'm going to go over everything. And I'm using a light, this is terracotta. Now look how thick I made that. Do I like it? No, but I'm not going to bother with it right now because I can fix everything later. That's why using a smaller brush for me. It does. You don't have to because it's, you know, just for me, it's a little bit easier. And then I want to, and then I want to, and then I want to. And you just add it on. And then go to the nose. Okay. And you can do the little nostrils if you want it, like fill it in a little darker, because that's where shadows would be. Do you have to? Nope. You don't. Oh, and I'll show, okay, so let me ahead of myself here. All right, I'm just tracing what I drew. And this becomes your guide. And there we have it. And we have her face so far. So all I'm going to do really quickly is I want to kind of get her face in her chin. So and that'll add a little shadow there too. And then do her neck. Now you can see this color is blending obviously with the background because I use this color in the background, which is no big deal because we will play with it later and give it a little shadow. But this for me is just going to blend that out. There. Lets me see where her little face is. Real quick, I'm going to do the eyeballs. And I think I'm just going to do the blue because it's a nice bright color blue. And I'm just going to go in very lightly and color it in. And see how she's starting to come to life? She has eyes. And remember, we can edit everything at the end if the eyeball's too big or you don't like the color. And she has eyes. She can see. And that's it for today. That's it for this right now. And we'll finish. We'll finish her. But see, I mean, really, you're doing it on the background. And we already have her face. And like I said, we can edit if there's mistakes. We can edit if we're not digging it. But the point is that you're putting your art in here and you're doing it. And it's if you follow step by step and just take a minute and do it, you'll really grasp it. You really will. You know, and that's kind of where we're at. So for all of you who have requested and asked, for me to do it on a Z background. That's what I'm doing with this bad boy. So I'll have 2 going because I just love it. Now, somebody asked me what this was, and I got this in a random act of kindness. And I looks like they punched punches in these, like leaves and flowers and all. It's on a piece of some sort of cardstock cardboard. And I love it. I love the flowers and all that. And I use my die cut machine and I'll do things like this. But I think these are punches. I don't know, though. I'm not definite. So if you sent this to me, I think it was, oh, I can't think of her name right now. Just left my brain. Anyway, so, I mean, where you can definitely make your own stencils. Do you know what I mean? And your own things so you can use them. So I've been using them. I like them until I can't use them anymore. So that's kind of where I'm at there. All right, so that's her. That's her on a background. And can you see how nice it comes through underneath? And there's no, you know, we didn't glue anything. We didn't do anything. So that is fun. So if y'all do this, tag me. Let me know. Let me see it. I love it. And any questions, leave them down below. I have quite a few different videos coming up. I know I'm really concentrating on painting right now, but honestly, it's helping me a little bit because I'm kind of got a lot going on. And to keep me out of my own head, if that makes sense. I enjoy this. I enjoy your messages and your emails and your questions. And I enjoy showing you guys ways that you can do stuff like this as well, because it's fun and it's relaxing to me and I just love it. But I do have different things coming up. So I'm going to finish this and I'm going to finish finish her and we're going to get them going and they'll be going out and then I'm going to start a whole other thing. So I hope you guys will stick with me and hang out with me, and a lot of plans coming up. So I love you guys. As always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. You guys rock, and I love each and every one of you guys. Are just, oh, you guys make me feel fantastic. So almost as good as crack. I'm kidding. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.